want to walk you guys through tonight the top 8 lessons I learned from investing during this recession. So in the great crash of 2008, I missed out, but on this one, I made sure to take full advantage. And I want you, everyone's so worried about a crash, just realize every year the market drops 10%, no big deal. It's no different than the snow and the raining. But when we have hard pullbacks and hard corrections, I want you to realize these are some of the greatest opportunities that we do have. So let's get right to it. First thing first, number one, recessions and depressions are the best times to invest into the market, but 99% of the people that are in the recession are afraid to do so. Type yes in chat if you wish you would have bought more in 2020. So when we have value drops, and I'll talk to specifically those of you that are in real estate, if any A1 neighborhood is available for 40% off, 50% off, which you buy into them. That's what happened last year. And I want to tell you guys, we're not going to have a correction anytime soon, or excuse me, a crash anytime soon. But when it presents themselves, you have to be fully prepared to take full advantage of them. Number two, you have to decide what the top 2 sectors you're going to invest in based on the crash of that era. So when 2020 came, everyone was like, yo, I'm going to buy houses and then I'm going to buy real estate. Guess what happened? Real estate prices went up because people were commuting from urban environments to suburban ones, and then tech shot up and healthcare shot up. Last recession, healthcare companies did not go up as much as a result because every recession is different. And I'll tell you at the end how to prepare, or the way I prepared for this one. And this will be the greatest gem that you'll hear in terms of preparation for a recession. Number 3, once you decide, pick the companies that you're interested in. So when everything hit the fan, right before we was deciding to do Market Mondays, like the market turned. And I was like, man, I need to get a whole new list of picks, because the last thing I want is people being like, well, Ian said he was good, or EYL endorsed him, and man, he got me in some BS picks. So I had to adjust. So I went through the Russell 2000, the Dow, NASDAQ, and these were the ones I came up with for tech. So VGT, Vanguard ETF, Apple, Microsoft, AMD, Tesla. Great. Healthcare, another Vanguard, VHT, write these down. IBB, Moderna, thank you to the good people at Moderna and Dr. Fauci for making this one of the picks of the year. Johnson & Johnson and Eli Lilly. Kudos to everybody in Indianapolis. Eli Lilly is probably one of the greatest companies in the last 100 years, and they've done pretty well during this recession as well. Number 4, always be prepared for disaster and plan in advance when to buy if shit hits the fan. Now, I know my family don't want me to curse, so I'm going to slide one in for the night and be done. But if everything falls apart, you need to mark off. Please write these down. If the market goes in half, if we drop 70%, and if we drop and lose 80% of our value out of those companies that you want, where would you buy? That's literally an old school algorithm to know when to buy during a crash. 50% off when it's dropped 70% off, and then when it's dropped 80. You won't always get to 80, but when a company is of high value and high revenue, you want to buy those at those prices. Number 5, no one cares about bubbles or over leveraging unless it affects them. And no one cares about a crash until it's here. I can tell you now, because the market is up, no one cares about being defensive. And you talked about it last week, Rashad, about playing defense. But no, people want to play defense after their house is already on fire. You can't get insurance after your house is burning down. You need to prepare. So while the market is up, and then we hit all-time highs today, I literally want you to go on your phone right now, look at the 5-year month, and see if the market fell again 50 or 55%, where would you buy? So when the market does crash, you don't have to actually panic. Number 6, buy great companies with amazing revenue when others are scared. So there's a lot of companies that went out of business. I know that the Reddit squad has pushed a lot of companies up that are not of tremendous value, but they won't be here in 2 or 3 years. You want to focus on companies that are at least doing $500 million of revenue. Ideally, you want them to be $1 billion plus. Number 7, this is the truth. Not many want to be good at investing. Most just want to throw money into the market in hopes that it goes up. But if you draw these value lines, you're able to have a considerable edge. And that's why I always stress reading 100 pages a day, putting your time in on the charts and being focused, and then immersing yourself in silence, because most people do not really want to be good at this. I know you guys that are watching. And thank you for tuning in every week. But most don't give a damn about being good at this. And number 8, this is the tip. Write this down. This would probably take you 4 or 5 days worth of research. If you go through Investopedia and Wikipedia, that'll cut your time down. Go study all 47 recessions and understand what can happen if the market drops and if we're faced with a recession. I know investing has risk, and you always hear that the past does not tell you what's going to happen in the future. But when you do your back testing on a macro level, you're going to see it's the same 5 things that cause a recession each and every time. And once you see the parallels from 1923 through now, you'll see that it's the same, really 3 issues that happen over and over and over again. So please write that down. Study all 47 recessions that have happened in modern history.